Hi, Mr. Kaiser. I have your father's watch here. It arrived today. I'm looking at your email. You're giving me a lot more detail than we did in our initial contact, which is totally great. This is my father's Seiko 6105-8000, manufactured February 1970. Purchased it from an Army PX in Japan while en route to Vietnam in late 1970, where he served as a first lieutenant in the 101st the A Battery, 4th Battalion, 77th Field Artillery Rocket Artillery ARA unit. Numerous pictures of him wearing it in Vietnam, on R&R in Sydney, and throughout his personal and professional career. That's pretty cool. I saw it, looked like it moved a few seconds. Yep, there she blows. Just a few swings of the weight, and off she goes. Come on. In 2018, I purchased a Seiko SNK 809 and was showing it to my dad. We shared a mutual respect for all things mechanical. Thinking that I was showing him something new, he carefully inspected it, handed it back to me saying, "You know, I have an old automatic Seiko you might remember from when you were a boy." He went to the bedroom and returned with this 6105-8000, rubbed the crystal with his shirt sleeve, handed it to me and said, "It's pretty beat up, hasn't run in probably a decade. I'd really like to get it repaired someday. Made a mental note, one day I'll get that repaired for Dad." I'm sorry your father passed. Yeah, he passed of lung cancer likely caused by his high exposure to Agent Orange at the Phu Bai Air Base when he was stationed in Vietnam. Well, hours after his passing, I felt compelled to find his watch and put it on. I needed to be connected to him during that time of morning, so I went to his armoire, got the watch, gave it a small shake, and it came to life after all those years. It was as if my dad was with me right then. I get chills just thinking about it. It's been on my wrist every single day since then. This watch is my connection to my dad. Hope that story helps you understand the importance of this repair. It means so much to me. That's great. Thanks for letting me know. I love these generational connections. It's a beautiful watch. To get down to, I guess, let's get down to business. It's got signs of minor water intrusion. I can improve this. Your lume is a great color, so that doesn't even need to change or anything. It's just these little black marks here, this stuff. I'll work to lessen those a little bit, but your markers are actually in really decent condition. Long sweep. This thing saw a lot of sun. These, when they were new, were sort of an orangey pink. And you can see it's got a little bit of color differentiation, but that's all. Correct fisheye pip for one of these. No, it's a nice watch. Yeah, getting it repaired. Let me get this on here. Oh, back came right off. Got one servicing mark in the case back, a long one. You can see it right there. When I get it under real magnification, D26928. I'll have to look at it more closely. I don't see any pitting. Well, it's not true. There's a little bit of pitting in your case back around the edge. Two places, but it's looks like it's mostly surface stuff. Wow, look at that ancient gasket. You'll get all this back. Interesting, it's so late. February 1970, but yet it's got a really early style first gen movement ring with spring. That's crazy. They went to the later two-piece style. It basically beginning of the run in 68. Like if I would see this in, you know, May and earlier 68, my June, they had gone to the regular one, I believe. Your lower mainspring arbor port is really worn. You can see there's a line of wear around the edge. That's the mainspring barrel, that curve. That's the thing the mainspring lives in. This screw sits in the top of the arbor. The arbor is the axle that the whole mainspring turns on to power the movement. The screw affixes the ratchet wheel to the mainspring arbor. The lower end of the mainspring arbor doesn't have a bushing or jewel or anything. It's just stainless steel in a hole in the brass main plate, and they wear terribly. Yours is so worn that the barrel is contacting the underneath of the barrel and train bridge, and probably has been grinding a nice line in it. That plus all the wear from the weight running around that we see. No, I lied. There isn't any wear from weight running around. It was just old grease. No, it's in nice condition. It's original. I'm sitting here watching it stop and start, and I'm trying to figure out if there's anything funky about the train, specifically the escape wheel, or if it's a runner. No, it just stopped, didn't it? Something's up with the train. With this much power, when the mainspring is running, it ought to be more willing to run. We may find something in the gear train, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, but there's nothing in this watch that I can't deal with movement-wise in terms of the movement itself, the train gears and all that stuff. There's no problem with that. I will be able to deal with it. My fear is that we've got potentially a bad escape wheel. Your balance looks good. Could just be that it's really, you know, that it's had enough moisture inside, that there's some that got on the pinion of the fourth wheel and it's just dragging it down. Let's hope for that. Let's hope for that. But even if your escape wheel is broken, I have them. There's nothing in this watch I can't replace, except for the dial in the hands and the case. Yeah, and its behavior stays the same dial up or dial down. So maybe it's just incredibly dirty and badly needs a service and an upgrade with the lower mainspring arbor port, because it's trying to push that weight. It's trying to push the barrel is trying to push itself around. The mainspring is against grinding on the top of the underside of the train bridge. So it's really not happy. It needs service. It needs love, but you know it's in the right place for that. So cool. You let me know what you think. Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's got a Type 3 flat. It's got a service crystal in it. Is that a Type 2? I'll measure it. Seiko made these crystals in big batches, and they could actually vary a fair amount by their height. You wouldn't think so, but it's true. This is definitely what it more close to what it would have come with anyway. The Type 1s were long gone by the time that this watch was made, or your dad bought it. Okay, that's it. Thank you.